I am so late to the party, guys, and I'm super sorry about that. I don't think it's any secret out there that everyone was just looking for two specific minifigures, and, you know, we all know who it is. It's obviously the Boba Tea girl and soccer player. Damn it! Oh man, it really sucks I didn't get the Boba Tea girl, but hey, I guess this'll do. For all things considered, LEGO did a really good job with the printing on this guy. He just has a lot of detail put into it. Weirdly enough though, they didn't put anything on his arms. You would think they would put, like, I don't know, some black there to make it look like he has those Technic connectors, but instead they opted for this armor piece. But I shouldn't have to be the one to tell you that. You obviously know that for yourself. Of course, we got to keep up with LEGO's new company policy of never doing anything edgy like the early 2000s again. No, this can't just be Tahu. It has to be this freaking guy right here. It has to be this cosplayer, dude. Yeah, was it like too hard for LEGO to be like, you know, maybe we could make like a little robot, like a little Tahu minifigure, because like why not? But no, nothing like ever like serious ever again with LEGO. Sorry guys, it has to always be silly. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that, like, bro, can we get it once in a while? But I don't know why I'm complaining. This is a freaking toy, and I gotta say, he looks really good. It's really cool that LEGO kind of just took a HAL and just shrunk it and added like a system stud on top, because, like, honestly, this is not much different than an actual HAL that I have right here. Really very detailed. Of course, we gotta give him his sword. And it's really cool and really neat that they gave us two lightsaber hilts this time around. I think that's nice. I guess one thing nice about the new modern fire piece is that they don't have the bars on the side, so now minifigures can actually hold the fire piece. Remember the old ones? They used to not be able to do that. And surprisingly, they actually gave him a hilt to put the fire in, which is very interesting. You would think he would just hold the fire piece. Unfortunately, though, it is like transparent. Tahu's not supposed to have a transparent sword. It's supposed to be one solid color, just like his original modded form. We also got this little canister of Tahu, and also you can hold this little canister thing. Obviously, this is really cool what LEGO did, making this little Tahu, but come on, you can already see like the little problems that this thing has. First of all, his arm right here, this should all be orange. This should not be red, because if we look at the original Tahu, his arm is, this is obviously like this like hilt piece is supposed to represent like his hand, his right hand. And I mean, dude, come on. It's supposed to be orange. Could they not have made it orange? It kind of bothers me. And the one nice thing about LEGO is we don't have to take it. Like if we want to do something with our own LEGO, we can, because it's meant to be built with. So luckily for me, I did a little research online and I was able to find parts to make my Tahu even better looking. Parts that I couldn't find officially sold by LEGO. Well, luckily for me, there's this one website by the name of GoBricks that actually had the pieces I was looking for to really enhance my build of Tahu right here. And right now, we're gonna actually upgrade freaking Tahu, his hand on his right arm. Obviously, that can't remain red, so I'm just gonna pop that out right now. There we go. And oh my gosh, I really hate that shoulder thing. I gotta find a replacement for that, and I'll probably make a community post if I do. But we'll take that red hand out, and I have this one LEGO Animal Crossing minifigure, and she has these orange hands that are gonna work. That are going to look really good on Tahu. Surprisingly, there's not a lot of minifigures with orange hands, so like, I was really surprised to see like this was the only minifigure that I owned that actually had the hand I was looking for. And already Tahu is looking really good. Like if I just gave him this, like, you know, it doesn't look too bad already. So we're going to take this red hilt here and replace it with an orange hilt. And I don't remember if LEGO officially makes these, but hey, I mean, it's gonna look a lot better than that red hilt that they included, so I'm just gonna... Oh man, I forget which way. Yeah, it's this way. Jeez. Alright, so already right there, Tahu is looking a lot better. And GoBricks, I actually bought this from GoBricks, but they had something else that really surprised me that they actually had. They had this solid fire LEGO seaweed piece, and I was like, dude, yes, that is exactly what I needed. And there we go, we have Tahu looking already way better. So what Lego gave us originally was this, and already, I mean, there's 3 mist colors, and honestly, if this dude is going to already like put so much effort into making this Tahu cosplay, you would think that he would try a little harder. So he obviously grabbed some spray paint and he fixed his cosplay after a little bit of feedback, and I think he looks a lot better now. And you know what? We can actually improve on this even more, because guess what else GoBricks had? They had this right here. GoBricks actually offers this piece in red. So there we go. We're already there. We're already like halfway there. All we have to do now is just add those little axle bits like make that stick out of his arm. Luckily for me, I have a ton of Lego pieces, and a lot of these are actually bootleg. I got these 4-length long bar pieces from AliExpress, and I think I got like 1,000 of them for like $5 or something. Hey, I mean, these pieces work exactly just like Lego ones, and I don't feel bad if I have to cut them. I'm just gonna make a mental image of how long it is, and then I'm just gonna cut, starting with this one. Not too long, I just want to cut it just enough. So there we go. We got one piece right there, and I'm just gonna plug it into this binocular piece, and there we go. We got one down. Now we just got to put another one in. So let's put that, and I think it should be around the same size now. Oh, look at that. It's basically perfect. No, it's not. It's a little shorter, but you know what? I don't care. Tahu now has his freaking little Mata hand thing, and that looks sick as hell. Dude, look at that. That is basically a better Tahu. Better than the one that Lego made, that's for sure. Just these small little upgrades has really improved Tahu. I really like that. That looks like a cool minifigure. I'm like kind of speechless actually. That really improved them. And obviously I didn't expect Lego to like do something like this, especially for like a series 29 minifigure. There was no way that they were gonna like put like these small little bar pieces and say like, oh, you gotta cut them to make Tahu. That was never gonna happen. But you know, that's the thing about owning Lego, is you can do that yourself, and that's what I did here. And now I think I have a way better Tahu. Now, if there's one other thing I would change, is probably the head. I don't know if Lego's ever made a translucent pink head, but if they did, that would be like the perfect replacement for Tahu. One thing that would really improve Tahu is obviously more posability, because like as it stands, minifigures have kind of always been the same when it comes to posability. They're kind of stuck in just like moving their arms up and down, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that, you know, it would be nice for them to have ball joints. I've actually seen people on YouTube, what they'll do is they'll take a skeleton arm and weirdly enough like an antenna piece or one of these lever Lego pieces, and they would just push them into each other, and then you basically have a ball joint. And also I've heard people, they'll just like take minifigure torso and they'll ram that piece into the socket. And I kind of want to try it with this. The first thing you gotta do is you gotta snip off the arm, the joint piece. So let me just cut that off real quick. Let's go ahead and sand that down. And what you could do is you could actually take the skeleton joint and just put it into the minifigure torso. And what happens is, apparently you can actually add a ball joint to the minifigure. And I don't know how well that actually works. So let's actually try it out right now. I actually don't have all the time in the world, so I'm just going to use some of this sticky clay at the back of it, and I'm just going to jam it in there. I don't really care if this doesn't work out, because frankly, what's one skeleton arm anyways in the grand scheme of things? Oh, it clicked. Oh, wow. Hey, that's kind of cool. So basically what you have to do then is you have to cut along this bar piece, and then what you could do is then you could just slip a minifigure arm into it. So I'm gonna try cutting it just like that, and then if I have to cut it a little bit more, I will. I'm not sure though. Then what? You just slip the minifigure arm into it, and then oh, that's neat. But no, actually, you're supposed to cut this part also. Then you could just sandpaper it a little bit, and then you just slip the arm into the hole. And with that, oh wow, that's actually really neat. You can just move the arm up and down and accomplish all kinds of weird poses with it. That's so cool. I don't know if I'm gonna use this for my Tahu though. I only have the one arm anyway, so don't really want to risk it. So probably not gonna do Tahu, but hey, it's just a little Ninjago grunt figure anyway, so it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But you know, that is cool. This is like an old tech that existed back in the day. Yeah, I don't really recommend doing this with your minifigures because frankly, it's not a really good idea to give them ball jointed arms. Like, I mean, what really can you do with that anyways? They don't have, it's not like they have like posable torsos or legs. So yeah, it was good that I experimented with this random minifigure and not Tahu. Luckily for me, my Tahu is perfectly fine. Okay, that's gonna fly right there. Obviously, there are some things I still would like to improve on this Tahu. Like, for example, I'd like to give him a translucent head because I think he would look a lot better than being a cosplayer if he had a translucent head. That's one thing. And also, I'd probably want to be on the lookout for some kind of way to make his arms like black on top where the upper arm is, because I think that would look a lot neater than having this armor piece here that kind of limits the mobility of Tahu. I do think that what LEGO did with making this Tahu CMF is really cool, but I mean, you got to keep the ball rolling. People love this Tahu. There's like people who are not even into Bionicle who want him, and probably because they want to scalp it, but I mean, it's whatever. LEGO doesn't care. They just care about the sales, and if that's the case, then LEGO, make more of these. Like, if that's all you care about is just sales, make every single Toamata. That's really all I have to say today. Thank you for watching. Definitely check out GoBricks. I will leave the links to the parts I used to improve this guy. And also, don't do this. You don't gotta take one skeleton arm and an antenna piece and make posable minifigure arms. It's not good. Unless you're maybe into photography. But even then, like, I don't think you need to do all this. I'm happy I practiced with the one skeleton arm. One official LEGO piece was hard. Well, actually two. Well, I guess the lever does have two parts to it, so two, technically three LEGO parts were harmed in the making this video. Yeah, so that's about it. That's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. Bye.